Hello everybody. Do you think there's racial discrimination in the police force? During my 15 days in remand, I met all kinds of police officers. The Chinese, the Malays, and the Indians. And just to be clear, I believe I look very much like a Chinese, and I'm 100% Chinese. So for the good news, I want to tell you that as a Chinese, I did not receive any racial discrimination against me. However, do you know that my letter to the commissioner were only complaints against Chinese officers? If you haven't read it yet, please go to bit.ly/resignshan and the full letter is there. Please feel free to sign my petition and share it with as many people as possible. Subsequently, I also filed a police report against 2 Chinese police officers who behaved suspiciously when they insisted on taking me out of SGH. The female Chinese officer, she put on her black leather gloves in front of me. And then the Chinese male officer put on blue surgical gloves. And I got really worried, and I started to shout as I didn't know why there's a need to put on these gloves and to insist on removing me from the hospital when I was clearly not well. Luckily, the doctors at SGH protected me and kept me safe. Otherwise, without proper medical attention, I may not be here making this video for all of you today. Mind you, I was subsequently diagnosed with thyroid cancer, so my health is really not good. It's not as if I'm trying to fix some illness or deliberately being uncooperative in the investigations as what the fake media reported. In fact, I had to stay in SGH because I was sick for 5 days. And luckily, I only returned to Cantonment Police Station on Chinese New Year's Eve for investigations. And because it was Chinese New Year's Eve, all the Chinese officers went back for Chinese New Year. And I was assigned a new Malay IO, and I don't have much complaints about him. At least he was better than the Chinese IO Shinjie, who wanted to charge me before he even investigated me. Is this how SPF conducts their investigations now? I wanted to make police report against IO for days, and he refused and even shouted at me. That's why I wanted to change my IO. But till today, he is still my IO, and he is still writing charge after charge. Recently, I also filed a magistrate complaint against police officers who mishandled my computers and handphone. And guess what? They are all Chinese as well. But please don't get me wrong. I did meet some good Chinese police officers when I was in remand. And these officers treated me humanely and did their jobs professionally. So if you ask me, is there racism in the police force? I really don't know. But I think the movies are correct. There are definitely good cops and bad cops. Until today, I'm still wondering, did SPF investigate the numerous police reports I made during my remand regarding the investigation process and the potential abuse of power by the police officers? Or will everything be swept under the carpet too? Everything that I'm alleging here, I challenge SPF to show videos as recorded by the police of what happened to me when I was in remand to the public. Please sign my petition and call for the immediate resignation of Shanmugam and Police Commissioner Hong Retake. We demand justice and transparency in the Singapore police force. Thank you.